been sitting around the house all night. This is gonna bring the most joy to the life. I gotta get my iPad. That's right, Dave, we do! Dave said we just like to hear our own voices.
That's true, yeah, we do.
Actually, when you hear your own voice, it sounds weird. Terrible. It's not the voice that's in your head that you actually hear. But for our job, we often listen to ourselves, and that's kind of cringe a little bit. You ready? Welcome to the Fox Valley Fantasy Football Show! Let's get right to the quick question.
All right, quick question tonight is, why do you look so different, Aaron?
You know what? I thought you changed your hair a little bit. It's a totally new you. I like the look.
Yeah.
I know, I woke up today, my back wasn't hurting after hitting golf balls the night before. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today, so I don't know.
Put in the chat, why does Aaron look so different? Wrong answers only.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's not gray.
Yes, that's what it
Right.
is. I just dyed my hair last night.
You thinned out a little bit. There's no dad gut.
All right, put in the chat, why does Aaron look different, and we'll shout him out. In the meantime, we have another quick question. How did you guys spend Black Friday?
Black
You wanna go
Friday.
first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Spent the morning with Abby and Marissa Garcia and my girlfriend. We all went to the mall, and it was a lot of fun.
So was
Let's
it crazy
go
at the
to the
Packed
mall
out?
Huh?
Packed crazy at the mall?
today.
Actually not. It wasn't too bad. And I only spent like $40. So
Wow.
actually it wasn't that bad.
What did you buy me?
No.
Aaron, come on!
Wow.
I bought a few Christmas gifts for other people.
You know, Aaron would have bought you something.
Yes.
No, he wouldn't have.
No.
What'd you do on Black Friday?
I slept in. It was amazing. We went to the Packer game. The kids stayed with my mom. So we had the night alone to sleep as long as we wanted to. We slept till 9 in the morning. It was glorious.
Nice. If you haven't had young children or it's been a while, you don't understand.
Yeah. And then
But-
did we do something else?
How
we went
would
to-
I know?
We went to get the kids and then we came home. That was.
He's looking, he's like,
What did
I don't know. What did I do? I didn't
do?
spend a dime all weekend.
Speaking of what happened, is Cheryl's got our first response as to why Aaron looks so different. It's because he finally got a good night of sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why he looks so healthy.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah.
smile.
I've been working hard.
You look like a foot taller after that
Yeah,
night's
I know,
sleep.
right?
Went to the gym for the first time in years, and this is what Aaron looks like now.
I also went Black Friday shopping. I was at the mall for a little bit in the Shields area.
Mhm.
It wasn't too bad, and I actually bought some stuff half price, which was nice.
Yeah.
But I was also at several other stores, one of which was Fleet Farm.
Yeah.
Of which,
Great
Aaron, I got you a present.
Oh, no way!
I did.
Oh. It's the tractor.
I know you're
Tractor.
a fan of all things
Oh,
unicorn.
man.
So this is Sparkle the Unicorn.
Woo! Look
He
at that.
is a lantern, It is soft material, great for all ages, Aaron,
Wow.
even
Yeah, it's
people of
nice
your
and
vintage.
squishy.
Now push the button.
This one?
Watch this. Yep,
Whoa.
turn to the screen. Now
It's a lamp.
push it again.
Again.
Now push it a second time. Hit it. Oh,
Oh.
hit it.
It is. It's doing something.
Oh.
Well, you broke it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Hit it
Wow,
again.
nice and red.
Oh,
Green.
hit it.
Blue.
Yeah. Wait, hold it right there.
Flashy.
Yep. There, he's gonna
Ooh,
change
nice
colors.
and rainbow.
So this is our friend. This is Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Pointy
Sparkle
needed
the
a friend
unicorn.
named Sparkle, so you can
Awesome.
put
Love
Sparkle
it.
by you.
Okay.
Okay.
So Aaron, I got you a gift, but I didn't leave you out, Pastor
Okay.
Daniel.
All
I
right.
got you a present too.
Ooh.
I know you went hunting,
I
but
did.
you did not get a deer. So I got you a new rifle to use next time you go out.
Let's go.
It's got
Awesome.
safety goggles.
Yeah.
It ejects the cartridges. Unfortunately, nothing comes out the end, so nobody can really get injured.
Really? It doesn't actually shoot anything?
No, it just comes out the side. You can load the shell and it shoot out the side.
Really?
Wow.
I can't shoot my kids with this?
No, we're not. You don't shoot children. This is on YouTube forever.
Okay. Well, alright. That's pretty neat.
Oh, by the way,
finally
your
get to
wife
shoot.
said you went to go get coffee at Scooters.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
right. We got coffee on our way up.
That's pretty neat. All right, last thing before we get into the other parts of the show, we're talking about why we need to continue to compete in this league. And I will tell you from personal experience, you do not want to be awarded the Bottom Feeders Trophy.
What is the bottom?
If you don't know what the Bottom Feeders is, many, many moons ago, Chris Griesbach and Randy Ermers founded a club in this league. About 565 years ago, when we were first playing fantasy
40
football.
years ago.
Yeah, did you like that? He didn't know what scores were. He thought
Yeah.
it was 40. Anyway, so then we have a trophy. So whoever's the worst of the worst is going to get the trophy, and you have to display it prominently in your house. It's been in my house for a year. You don't want to get that award. Secondly, whoever wins the Bottom Feeders playoffs gets to pick their position in the draft, anything that they want to. So even if you don't make the playoffs, you got to continue to compete. Plus, in head-to-head matchups in the final week of the season, there's going to be two teams competing against each other. We're all playing that weekend. Whoever gets the highest in the playoffs gets to pick over the other person. They get to choose. So, for instance, you're playing for third and fourth position. Aaron, you beat Pastor Daniel. You can pick one of the spots, and he doesn't get a choice. You get to pick whichever you want. So let's keep on competing. Speaking of competing, let's get to the stud of the bust.
All right, so starting off, it was a very unique week. This game was really weird. It was a Monday night game.
I like how you said that, Aaron. Unique week.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
Unique week.
unique week. Jerry Jeudy with 41 and a
Unique
half points. He had 235 yards, 1 touchdown, and
Yeah.
9 receptions. It's one heck of a game, and
All
one
right.
would think, oh, everyone who has this player must have won. Not true.
What
Okay.
happened?
We'll get to that later.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. We got some
Oh!
Okay. Oh, and they
Logan's
we got-
down.
Our honorable mentions were Brock Bowers with 31 points and Jane Daniels with 33.
Yeah, but
Couple good
quarterbacks don't count. Anyways, keep
Yeah.
it going.
You did a good one. Bust of the week.
Aaron, do you hear that? I don't know if you hear
No,
that.
it's just the ringing in my ear.
Got him.
Wow.
Got them both. Wow. The bust of this week, I can be no happier than I currently am to say this. It is George Kittle.
You're happy about it. That's awesome.
So happy about this. 1 reception for 7 yards, and I believe that was on the first offensive drive. Might have even been the first play of the game.
Maybe.
Of San Francisco's first play of the game. Yeah, that was amazing. 1.7 points. Some honorable mentions right there with him. Brock Purdy, 2.16. CeeDee Lamb, 5.9. Disappointing. Kyle Pitts, disappointing again with 0. Kirk Cousins, only 2.1. Tank Dell, 3.3. And Chuba Hubbard with 2.3. A lot of pitiful weeks from some guys who usually put up decent points. But
Yeah.
That's
All
why
right.
we have the bust.
Yep. Let's get to the big juggernaut of the week. Who is it, Isaac?
Oh man,
Aaron.
who? What
Whatever
is
your
that?
name is.
What does that say right there?
I can't read
What's
it.
that? I think
What?
it's. I think it says Isaac. Whose
No,
team
it says Josh.
Who-
It says Josh.
whose team
It
name?
says Isaac does the big juggernaut.
Yeah.
I know, but This is Josh Jacobs, which is Isaac's team. Oh my God!
Oh!
I'm the big juggernaut. That's awesome,
Wow.
man. I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for posting
Where's that?
bad weeks
Yeah,
this
where's
week.
that
You
one?
know.
Posting bad weeks.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Here, this
What are you
one.
looking for? Yeah, I'll give myself a round of applause.
I
on that
appreciate
one.
how you're appreciating how we all had bad weeks in comparison. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're co-hosting with us.
180.02 points. It was a
That O2 is important.
Yeah, very important. I surpassed 180. I think that's my highest this season.
That's a good week.
Yeah,
That's a
overall
lot of
decent
points.
week. I didn't have any.
It's no 200, but still.
No.
Yeah, I didn't have any huge players, but yeah, it was just the overall.
They're all pretty huge. Let's be honest.
They're a lot bigger than
That
me.
is true.
Fat caboose of the week. You can actually stop it
I was
because
gonna say it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
like-
here for a while.
this score is not worthy of a caboose, but it is. 120.96 points.
Yep.
For the cabooses.
There were a lot of people in the neighborhood.
There were a lot of really good scores this week, but it is Tristan in the AFC. Christians worthy of love. Poor Tristan.
Yeah.
Really not a bad
Yeah,
week.
not a terrible week. I've seen people post much less than.
Oh
that,
yeah,
so.
yeah. But he's the fat caboose of this week, so good for him.
Yeah.
Let's get to the water bets. Are you ready
All
for
right,
this? I'm
water
going to tell
bet
you
time.
exactly what happened this week.
All right.
First of all, Aaron won the pick'em. Boo, right?
Boo.
Boo. But he's not here, so we're moving on.
Yep.
Secondly, AB lost to you.
Yep.
He's not here either.
Conveniently, he's sick tonight.
Thirdly, Nathan bet that he would be the juggernaut. He wasn't. He wasn't at all.
No.
But then again, he wasn't here either, so there's
Also
nothing there.
conveniently sick.
But here we go. Last week you bet me and Aaron that Cheryl would beat us. Now, when we were actually playing, I looked at Cheryl's team. She's got a lot of good players on her
Yeah.
team. For a while there, I was nervous, but she lost anyways. And then
Yeah.
secondly, you picked that Tom was going to beat me, and we'll talk about what happened in a little bit.
I didn't pick this. I said something along the lines of, "Oh, come on." You were like, "You want to bet?" And I'm like, "Fine."
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's
You
really
bet.
picking Tom.
I
just wanted to
chose
see
that.
who
So
lose.
anyways, Pastor Daniel gets wet twice. Check it out here. All right, here we go. There's nobody here except for us three, so
And
Pastor
Bill.
Daniel's going to get hit twice tonight for his payout. So here you go. Spin for your first one.
You walk through, Bill.
Bill's here. This is what you have to look forward to next year, Bill. I heard you won in.
What is this?
This is
Football.
What is it?
it is sneak attack.
Oh, great. Okay.
Do that one first. Okay, you want to do that one? Sure. Okay. Yeah, but you
just can go wherever
don't
you
say
want.
anything. We'll talk and make noises so that you can just do whatever you want to do.
So do that. What I don't like is it. Oh,
Did you see what he did? He told me to stomp over there.
I heard you over here. I was waiting to get it to the face or something.
And so, but that was him. He said, "Go stomp over there," so you wouldn't know what is going
There's a
on.
camera back here.
Oh, Ace fine. It's just a
Cameraman.
spinning wheel. Ooh, the Danielson. You got to try to crane kick.
Oh, yeah.
Try
okay.
to crane
This is
kick
perfect
the
because I got a
water.
bad leg anyway.
Oh, where is it? All right, where are you gonna be? Right here. Look at this form. You ready? Yeah!
That
You
was
did a
really
good
pretty
job.
good, man.
Wow.
Wow.
Waterman's paid!
What about Spain? Yeah.
Eric likes to
I know,
the
he
camera.
likes
Look
to-
at that. That's a good shot there.
Alright,
Eric.
that's
Good
enough.
job.
Put it in Dave's
That's enough. First of all, a couple things off the chat. AB said he'll happily get wet next week. And then Cheryl says she's happy she could lose if it means you got wet.
Yeah, whatever.
Speaking of wet, let's get to the Youth League Power
Here
Rankings
we go with the
talking
Youth
about the
League.
Youth League.
So we're not actually doing power rankings this week.
For the Youth League.
That's right. No Youth League power rankings this
Okay,
week. Here's
we're
what
moving
doing.
on to the
Moving on to
AFC.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
We're actually going to do this. So we're going to go through each matchup, and then we're going to look at what that means for playoff implications.
I
for each
haven't been
team.
able to say next matchup all
I know,
year.
you get to say that tonight.
Okay, I got to
all right?
write this down.
So, first matchup of the night, of the week I should say, it is Read 'em and Weep myself versus I Fell Off So Hard, AB. I was a little nervous after Jonathan Taylor and Laddie McConkey And DJ Moore put up 60
You gotta
points
do
on my
better
bench.
Scottish like Aaron does.
Ladidi McConkey. Ladidi McConkey. And so they put up 60 points on my bench in the first couple days of this crazy weekend. And then AB only needed, so I ended up pulling out ahead of him for a ways. And then AB only needed 20 points from George Kittle to take the lead. Very doable for George Kittle, right? But George Kittle, as we already talked about, and the 49ers offense turned into hot garbage this week. And then my Broncos defense put up 20 points on Monday to make it not even close. 171 to 133, making me this week's Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut this week, that's right.
Next matchup!
No, hang on. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
the gun.
There's
Look
a
at the
space.
thing.
It says next
Right here.
matchup right in the script, right where I wrote it.
Right where you wrote it, yeah.
Yeah.
So AB and I both have playoff spots locked in. We're just playing for seeding right now. AB plays Casey this week, so he could end up being as low as a 5 seed or as high as a 3 seed.
Yeah.
I play Brody, and I need to win, and I need a loss from you
We're gonna win.
to have a shot at the 1 seed. Or if we both win or both lose, I need to outscore you by like 30 points.
Okay.
And then I
Next
can take the one.
matchup!
Next matchup is Tea Time Isaac
That's you!
versus We Love Lamar Sergio with that terrible team name. I still don't get it. Isaac's struggling big time this week. He only had 101 points,
Yeah, it's nothing.
making you this week's Youth League a caboose.
There's like, I'll just.
We'll let this one play out.
We'll let it play out.
You're letting yourself get
This
the
was a
full
rough one.
caboose. Man, that's humility. I appreciate that. There's
Here's
not a lot of
why.
humility in that chair
There's
typically.
been nothing to be happy about in the youth league. It's
No.
been just terrible.
For like 5 years,
I
is
know,
that what you're
it's
saying?
been awful. Ever since my first year, like, I've just been like, it's been terrible. Because I know I've talked about, like, I drafted David Johnson with my first ever draft pick, and that was the year that
The year he tanked?
He broke his hand and was out the first week. Because, yeah, it was
There's a
terrible.
lot we got to work through.
Ever since then, my youth league teams have always just been so terrible. Like, I'd like to make fun of you about this, but he traded me Joe Burrow and Austin
yeah,
Eckler in
whatever.
like their prime seasons, and I gave you like garbage. I gave you Clyde Edwards
terrible.
Helaire
Yeah,
and
terrible.
Carson
Terrible.
Wentz, and I got those two players, and I still ended like 8th place. Oops.
So
Yep.
first of all, this mini rant was not in the script.
Yeah,
it was
I know.
not.
It's just
Good.
like it's just unbelievable that no matter like what I do in the youth league, it's just terrible. It's just
Yeah.
my team just is.
Hey, you're
is
filling that
so
seat
bad.
well right now, Isaac.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So I know I need a clipboard. You know.
Yeah, break another clipboard over
All
your
right,
leg.
next
So
matchup.
hang on.
Sorry.
The reason you took caboose this week, you left Rico Dowdle on the bench with 22
Ooh.
points. He's been doing well the last couple weeks. You might want to start him this week if you want to have any shot at the playoffs.
I'll just tank. I don't care.
You might. Hang
Are
on,
you
we'll get there.
taking-
Sergio, on the other hand, gets a Wonder Twins award
Isaac,
Wonder Twin powers activate!
Shape up, octopus!
Form up an ice unicycle!
for James Cook and Tyreek Hill with 20 points apiece. Not too bad there. Sergio wins
Next
this one.
matchup!
What's...
there's a space right there.
That's
Oh, they went
fantastic.
everywhere. I thought
Oh,
yours
no.
were stapled like mine.
Mine have never been stapled
Well,
in the history of the show.
Now we know.
Oh man.
121 to
There's
101.
a space. I thought it was the next
Sergio.
matchup.
So anyway, playoff implications for these two. Both teams are 5 and 8. At the moment, they are seeds 1 and 2 for the consolation bracket, or the losers bracket, as we like to call it. If Jordan,
All right,
okay, here's
let's
the
go
thing.
to the water bet picks. It's
Oh my
next on the
gosh.
script.
If Jordan and Allie lose this week, and you or Sergio win, you would get the 6th seed in the playoffs.
You could make the playoffs.
You could make the playoffs.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Playoffs?
If Jordan and Allie lose.
Or like
Playoffs?
yeah, but isn't that kind of tampering
If-
if I intentionally lose? Isn't that?
No,
kinda
you're not going to
different?
intentionally lose. You're
I
going
know,
to the
but, like,
playoffs.
If you and Sergio both win, you would get the spot because you have more points
Yeah.
than Sergio.
I bought you a shotgun and you threw my script.
You play Eric, very winnable game.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I need
Sergio
that.
plays Cheryl,
Is he
also very
is he
winnable
just
game.
as bad in the youth league?
He's
as he
pretty
is?
bad. Yeah. So you guys are cheering hard for Aaron and PJ this week. If you want any shot at
Ages
the
5 and
playoffs.
above.
Okay, ready?
Not for
What? Next matchup!
Next matchup, it's the Clowns, Eric versus Joey.
Maybe
Casey.
I just need a director to tell me when to go.
Maybe, yeah. Just wait till
I lost a
point to
page or
you.
two.
I'm not pointing yet though. Where was I?
I don't know. I don't have that page.
Joey versus Eric. So Eric had a great week this week thanks to Josh Allen's 2 touchdown play, putting up 32 points. I still don't understand how that works. It's only 1 touchdown. How do you get points for 2 whatever. Good game from Najee Harris. However, he left Jerry Jeudy on the bench with 42 points. Had he started him over CeeDee Lamb, he would have won easily But instead, Eric gets the biggest loser award. And a whoops-a-daisy on top of it.
The biggest whoops-a-daisy
He
award.
could have easily beaten Casey, however, in a total Eric fashion, lost 152 to 138.
He Eric'd it up.
See, this is pulling an Eric, what do you call it?
Oh no!
Pulling an
It's got
Eric.
traction!
Pulling an Eric. Yeah.
No, guys.
Pull,
Oh.
He pulled a Eric.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
That's fantastic.
I hope Eric's watching right now.
Holda. I like
Oh
it.
my!
See, this is my issue with the youth league, though. We only get 2 receivers and a flex spot. It's really hard to start the right guys when you have 4 or 5 possible really good receivers. Anyway, Casey's team very evenly balanced this week. Everyone in double digits. He takes the win. So Casey's 8-5 right now. He's locked into a playoff spot. He plays AB this week. Will likely win his division and take the number 2 seed, barring a loss in a crazy big week from Brody. And Eric, on the other hand, is 5-8. He needs to beat you and have Sergio and Jordan and Ali both lose, and then he could get the number 6 seed.
Can I see Sparkle?
But very, very
Sparkle?
unlikely for Eric to make the playoffs.
Next matchup!
It is Tutter Failure versus Ross and Marcel, a matchup that I got wet for because I was overconfident in Cheryl. But really, I can blame
no!
Christian McCaffrey and Taysom Hill for blowing out their knees this week and costing not only Cheryl the win, but also my potential spot at the number 1 seed. So Cheryl gets an honorary bust award.
Do you hear something? So, like, it's not just a player, it's the whole team.
The whole team was a bust, but this
Wow.
bust is in honor of McCaffrey and Hill's busted knees.
Okay.
Cheryl winds up with 102 points. She missed Juggernaut by 1 point.
You mean Caboose?
The caboose. The caboose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were caboose by 1 point.
I don't know how you
Yeah.
can have a full team bust and still be better than me.
She
Whatever.
could have won if she started Devontae Adams and Adam
That's insightful
Thielen.
commentary.
Yeah.
But again, tough choices to make. You just never know. On the other side, Ross and Marcel get 33 from Jaden Daniels, 31 from Brock Bowers, giving you guys 131 points.
Full team bust and not caboose is just a testament to
I
how
know.
poor my team plays
I know,
in the youth
I
league.
know.
So.
Well, like I said, the bust is more for the busted knees of those couple.
Gotcha.
But, you know.
Was McCaffrey was a knee?
Yeah, it was a knee.
PCL.
Same with Taysom
Or was
Hill.
it MCL, maybe?
PCL.
PCL. I don't even know what that is, but
Posterior cruciate ligament.
Yeah. Wow.
For
Wow,
those of you who,
okay.
if you have never
Didn't know you were
torn
a
your,
doctor.
I tore my ACL, so I
Oh,
know about
yeah.
these
I
things.
suppose. So
Right.
anyway, Cheryl is 4-9. She is eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh no!
She's
That's
got
a Tutter disaster,
shot.
if you ask
It is
me.
a Tutter disaster. She's got a shot to redeem herself in the consolation bracket. Hopefully, take that number 1 pick next year, which I'm sure she's not going to play next year. You never know. She's having a good time. But given that she inherited a team whose first-round pick barely played,
Here's the thing: you guys wouldn't let me draft who I wanted. You made me draft like 3 people later than that. This team could be so much better if you'd let me draft.
If Mason
Yeah,
would
maybe.
have showed up and actually
Mason
taken
would have
care of
showed
But
up.
the
if we
team.
knew Cheryl was going to play, we would have given her a good team.
that's true.
That's a
she also
Tutter
had me
disaster,
as an
if you ask
advisor,
me.
so that doesn't.
Sorry,
help much
That's
either.
probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Ross and Marcel, you guys are 9-4.
Yeah!
You have the number 1 seed with a 21-point buffer ahead of me. If you lose and I win, you could drop as low as 3.
Not going to
Number
happen.
3 seed.
Not going to happen.
Or if we both win and I outscore you by 21 points, want a water bet for the 1 seed?
Also not going to happen.
Water bet
Water
for
bet
one
for
seed?
the
That's
one
in
seed.
your
Aaron?
favor.
I'm
Aaron?
speaking for the both of us. We're in!
Yeah!
Do you have
Let's go.
some inside information I'm not aware of that
I
we're
don't.
gonna like get crushed or
I
something
don't.
like that?
However,
because I
right.
haven't looked.
7 players on bye. Yeah.
Finally, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, we have some comments here.
Okay.
Aaron Shilp chimes
Wow.
in. He says, I agree, Cheryl, totally worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, Aaron, put in the comments, why does Aaron look different tonight? Only wrong answers accepted. And then Cheryl said, was hoping he'd get the pocket one, though.
I'm sure you were. Okay, ready?
Aaron said we're in!
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Water bet for 1 seed. Cool.
Okay, what are we doing? Next matchup!
There it is,
Sorry,
finally.
I didn't know what we were doing.
It is Rachel and Monica, Jordan and Allie versus Cotton-Headed Ninny Muggins.
Oh, my.
Brody. Good for Jordan
That's
and Allie
Brody?
this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
They kept the same name for the entire season,
Wow.
which actually
That's pretty boring.
Joey, Casey,
But
did
it makes
as well.
sense, Rachel, Monica.
thank
But everyone else started with all these Friends references. and most of them dropped them. Brody dropped them.
Well, me and
You guys
Marcel
didn't have it
haven't.
right away. You changed it after like week 1 or 2.
No, as soon as I saw it, I changed it to Ross and Marcel.
Maybe. Okay, well, I'm giving them the credit anyway.
They do get the credit. It was their idea.
This matchup came down
I
to
followed
Monday
their lead.
night. Brody was leading them going into Monday night.
Oh,
Jordan Alley needed 8 points from their kicker for the win. And what happens? Denver puts up 41 points and 11 points from their kicker, Will Lutz, giving them the win 129 to 125 over Brody this week. Brody could have started the Bills defense over the Texans or Brian Robinson over Pacheco in his flex and won easily, but he did not. So thanks to the closeness of this one, Brody gets the...
Missed it by that much.
And Jordan and Alley get lucky, which I forgot to put in here.
Dang,
Boo.
Shocks.
Here it is.
Pegs.
Lucky.
You got Shocks,
Hit me.
There it is.
Pegs, Lucky.
Next hyphen!
And yeah, okay.
See, there's a hyphen.
There's
I
a
figured
hyphen
it out.
there.
Next
So
hyphen!
we talked about this a little bit already. Jordan and Alley play Aaron and PJ this week. If they win, they are in. Lose, and they are eliminated. Brody has the spot locked in. Could take the number 2 seed with a miracle, but probably won't. He would need to beat me and put up a ton of points. Otherwise, he'll have either the 4 or the 5 seed in the playoffs.
Jordan and Alley, I apologize in advance for beating you this week.
I really hope you two beat him this week. Do your best.
Is that
All
it?
right, that's it.
Let's get to the AFC Power
I'm
Rankings!
so excited. This is my first time doing this.
Everybody, where you're at, just groove to the
yeah.
music.
Just dancing.
All right, Isaac, let's hit it.
Okay, coming in at number 10. You know, Eric Polda, I could have put you here, but I'm gonna spare you that shame because it's not even you, it's your team. Who am I kidding? Of course I'm putting Eric here.
Yeah!
Even though he posted his season
Who am I
high
kidding?
of 172
Oh,
points,
no.
174 points, that being the third highest in the league this week.
Wow!
I still ended up beating it.
Wow!
Even when my best player, CeeDee Lamb, underperforms to no tomorrow, I still beat you. Come on, man.
I didn't even see
I mean,
that.
come on,
man. That's
come on,
incredible.
Man. Come on, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Come on, man. Anyways, CeeDee Lamb only got me 5 points this week, and Eric had the stud this week. That's what I was mentioning earlier.
Wow.
Stud, and you still
started him, too.
lose. Wow. Eric, I'm truly
I
sorry
don't
about
think I
this
have
game,
that page anymore.
but there's no other spot to put you in these power rankings after what we've
No
seen
other
all
spot.
season. You can
Wow.
post 200 points, and the person you're playing will post 201.
That's some venom.
It's like the Dave Schmidt Award.
This
right
week,
there.
Eric
Oh,
pulled up.
no.
I give you the biggest loser award. Yeah.
Real nice.
Anyways, sorry, man.
Less than 6 points.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Wow.
Anyways, coming in at number 9, we have Mr. Nathan getting jigba with it. Even though my father may not be here tonight in my spot, I still got to hold up the family tradition of putting Nathan.
Oh, no.
So,
wow.
listen, Nathan, you've had a lot of convincing wins this season, but this week was a little bit lackluster for my liking. 138.9 points. You're still winning some games, but if you can't win a water bet, are you truly winning? That's what I wrote down on my paper right here. Yes, you might have the most points scored all season, but the playoffs are still yet to come. And
Remember what happened last year in the playoffs, Nathan?
Yeah, and I think those
Guys.
those who put water bets on losses, that's not going in your favor, man. You also had George Kittle, who only put up 1.7 points, and I'm giving you the bust.
I thought Eric was tough. This is pretty
Yeah.
So Nathan, my only question is, how you like them apples?
Now, before we move on, we have a guest appearance coming to the screen here. Check it out.
Nathan, I would just like to say, we all have good weeks, and we have bad weeks. And this wasn't your best week. You and I made a bet that you were going to, get the juggernaut, the big juggernaut for this week. And I love the confidence that you showed in your team, and I appreciate that you were willing to bet. And I apologize that I couldn't be physically on the show tonight. I'm traveling for work, but I wanted to just send you this message. Thank you for taking my water bets for the next time that I'm going to have some. And, If I were a betting person, I would point out that, you said you were going to score 180 points, and you did not. You said that you were going to score, the big juggernaut on the week, and you did not. I would point out that perhaps you really didn't even score any more than my team scored. I scored more points than you did. So, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to point out all those things. I'm just going to, be a mature person and just say, hey, you tried, it didn't work out, but it's becoming a pattern.
Oh, that was incredible.
That's amazing.
Like father, like son.
Wow.
I'm glad Aaron isn't petty.
Yeah,
Not at all.
All right. Okay,
Or
moving
like
on.
son, like father, whichever way you want.
Moving on.
Number 8.
Number 8, we got Njoku's on me,
Yep.
Judah, who put up another disappointing week, only posting 134 points. Judah, you've been at this game a lot longer than I have. A lot longer, might I add. And in my
He's like 5 years older than you.
Yeah, I know, right? He's old. So, in my first season in the men's league, I expected a little bit more competition from you.
Oh,
but
my.
it seems like you've given up in your old age.
Whoa.
Now into a two-week losing streak. You are officially out of playoff contention. And that earns you the Hardly Working Award.
I just want to point out it actually says you're getting bad in your old age in the script.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
All right, number 7, we have Tristan, Christians Worthy of Love. Wow, what a name.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, where do I start with this one? Tristan, not a good week, man. That is just like getting the caboose as we're entering playoffs. Like that's not a good spot to be. Yeah, we're like literally 1 week out of playoffs, and your team is posting 120 points. And I get you're a playoff team, but that doesn't really look good. I mean, your record, you're still 8-5, and you might be okay. But let's just hope that your team hasn't fallen asleep now that the playoffs are here. For this week, you're the caboose, man. So.
Ooh.
Perfectly timed.
Right on.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, as a fellow first-year men's league player, I wish for you the best. Unless I'm playing you in the playoffs, in that case, I want you to be the caboose again. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. Okay.
Number 6.
Number 6, I have Eric Halverson and John,
Hey.
who once again,
Yeah.
you guys didn't have the best of weeks. It wasn't terrible.
We got busted. We got McCaffrey.
Yeah, it wasn't. That was kind of like where
We should have won.
Yeah, that was kind of where you guys veered. So
It's not
it was
my
just-
fault he tore
Yeah,
his
once
knee.
again, that's why you guys were at 6. You're like right in the middle. It wasn't necessarily your fault, but once
We
again,
should be 5 though.
being in that 135, 145 point range, that score is not enough to win big games.
It is not.
So in this case, it actually cost you another loss.
It's not enough to win mediocre
It helps
games
out
either.
Ben, but I mean, at this point, you guys are already out of the
We should
playoffs.
have won.
So it doesn't really matter.
We are eliminated.
And you guys' team just kind of made me feel like meh. So, I mean, that's your award.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're being way too nice to them for this.
No, we need
Way
to,
too nice.
We need to have an injured player award. Like Cheryl could have
Oh,
gotten
my
a
leg!
injury.
Yeah.
My leg. Yeah, that's SpongeBob.
I don't
That
even-
I would probably get
I don't
flagged
even watch
for on here.
SpongeBob, but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, at 5, I have the man who is not here tonight, Aaron.
He should be
Schilp.
down
Yeah.
a spot for not showing up.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
be.
Let's rearrange that. I'm at 5 and he's at 6. How about? Is that all right
Great,
with you?
Great.
Sure.
Yes! Coming in at number
anyways.
6.
Dad, for knowing you my entire life and knowing the type of person that you are very well, I expected better from you. Yes, you won, and yes, you beat Daniel, who's a playoff team, but it wasn't impressive at all. And on top of that, I think it's about time you call it quits on Bruce Hall. You keep just hurting yourself by putting him in your lineup every single week, and you're like, oh, this week it'll be different. That's the definition of insanity. Just saying. Yeah, your performance lacked in excitement like all week. It reminded me of a mildly interesting fact that you would read online, and then you go, huh, and then you just never think about it ever again. That was your week this week. It makes you think, what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Like,
Hold on, that's the wrong. What are we doing?
No,
Nope,
that's it.
that's
the
one
right
you
one.
won.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's the right one. And that's it. That's
What are we doing?
That's your award right there. What
Do you
are
want
we
to hear
doing?
Aaron's too, just for good measure?
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's another one. Either or. It's just like that's kind of what your team was this week. All right, number
Aaron
4.
says in reply, "That's bogus. You can't move me down for working."
Yeah.
We can move
Yes,
you down, in fact.
And
That's the power ranking.
Who has the power rankings right
yeah, that's right.
now? Anyways,
Nicely done.
number 4, we have Daniel. Even though you lost,
Yeah.
you didn't really have any awful players.
How was he at 4 and lost?
Because he has a good record and his team wasn't terrible. He didn't have any like
You didn't
bad
use
Just
the
made a couple
formula.
bad decisions. I made some really bad starts to
Yeah.
decisions. this
Yeah,
week.
there were a couple just like there were a couple
Like betting that
Cut,
Cheryl
yeah.
would beat us in
No,
the
no,
league.
start-sit decisions.
Yeah,
Oh.
there were just like a couple misses that you had, but it wasn't really terrible. And I need you to beat my dad next week, so that's why you're at 5. No, that's why you're at 4 and my dad's at 5.
Right.
He's really at 6.
Technically 6 now, but
Right.
Daniel could have had the win this week had he played Elijah Moore instead of Jordan Addison.
Yeah,
To
I
be
wouldn't
honest,
have done that.
No.
To be honest,
no.
I was with you on that.
Yep.
No one really saw Elijah Moore
No.
getting
Nope.
20.
Yep.
But yeah, somebody
Yeah.
with playing over some of your receivers, you would have won by 0.12 points. So that would have been a close one. But this earns you the whoopsie daisy award this week.
Whoops-a-daisy.
So, by the way, your dad
Whoopsie-daisy.
has a few comments.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting with, "I am out on Brees Hall, but I have no one else."
Okay.
And then he says about the rankings, "That is bogus. I beat Daniel."
Well, he should have been here then. Sorry. At number 3, we have Ben Amsterdam Admirals.
Ooh, he should be 3 if he barely beat us.
Yeah. He barely won over. No, did he barely win?
Yep.
It was
He
pretty
won.
close. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it was 4 points, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Who beat Eric and John, the Iowa Barnstormers?
No, just Iowa Barnstormers. I had to correct that with Aaron too.
Not
There's
the-
no the.
Just Iowa. Oh, okay.
Iowa.
Who beat Iowa
So,
Barnstormers?
my bad. This win moved Ben up to 9-4 on the season.
No, he's had some good weeks, but
Yeah.
9-4 is a little bogus if you ask me.
Yeah. He's just that's what I have in my notes here is that he's found ways to win this week and kind of all season. I don't really recall any big wins, maybe, but
I think
maybe
he's paying the refs off.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
He's had a couple good weeks.
Yeah, this
Really
He's
week.
had several. Yeah.
He had one of the lowest scores of the year, though. He
Really?
had like 60-something.
All right.
Oh
he played
yeah,
that one
okay,
week.
yeah.
I played him.
Well, this week he had 151. It's a decent
Yeah.
week. I would have liked to see a little more points from you, which maybe you could have earned the 2 spot that way. But 3 is pretty good. Good weeks from your receivers, Nico Collins, T. Higgins, as well as a good week from Jonathan Taylor, and that'll earn you the Wonder Triplets Award.
Wonder Twin Powers, activate!
Shape up, octopus.
Form of an ice unicycle!
And I'm lightning.
Woo! Okay. Moving on. Okay.
Number 2.
Number 2, we have Jeremy,
Oh, come
who
on.
puts up another impressive week
I'm
with
sick of the AFC, I tell you that.
176.5,
Oh, my
beating
goodness.
Judah by 40 points.
Yikes.
Man,
That's a
okay.
different Judah than my son, though, just so you know.
Jeremy, even though I put you at number 2, I didn't necessarily want to put you here because you're a threat to my playoff chances.
Ooh.
You have more season
Nice.
points than me by like 80, which is not good for
Yeah.
me. So if you win this next week and I lose, I miss the playoffs because Dad will beat me next week, and and then he'll have same record, but then he beat me, so he goes.
Wow.
Yeah, so this week, Brock Bowers had Jeremy 31.2 points. That gives you the Unicorn Award this week.
Ooh.
We're gonna be best friends forever, and I'll name you Pointy.
Filling in this week for Pointy is Sparkle the Unicorn because somebody took Pointy with him and didn't
Yeah.
bring it back.
Aaron Shope.
By the way, Jeremy said you're your own threat.
Yeah. Hey, that is very true. I could, yeah. Well, anyways, overall, very impressive performance, and you're looking very good going into this final week of the regular season. And would you look at that? We're only down to one more team.
I don't really want to look at
No.
it.
And it's
We're not
number
looking at
1.
this.
My team name this week is Will You Amari Me.
Wow.
This week I beat Eric Polda,
Will You Amari
Pickens,
Me?
Nose, and Laporta Potty. I gave it my all this week. 180 points. That was my optimal lineup, and I was the big juggernaut.
Nothing stops me! I'm raw power!
Woo. All right, so first of all, I want to thank Jameis Winston and the Denver Broncos defense for handing me my win this week. Had it not been for them, Jerry Jeudy would have ended my playoff chances single-handedly. But the pick six in the fourth quarter of the Browns-Broncos game gave me that win. I already talked to Eric. He was not happy about it. Mm-hmm. The Broncos defense gave me 20 points after I picked them up off of waivers. Big thank you to Sean Payton and company for that. Overall, I had an excellent week with CeeDee Lamb being terrible, and I'm hoping he'll bounce back for the end of the season against my dad to make the playoffs. Yeah.
By the way, Jeremy made an interesting comment. Ben has his top players on bye, so bye-bye, young
Oh, no. Okay, then I just need to beat Dad. That won't be that hard. So.
I think it's kind of ridiculous that your first time on the show, you give yourself number one.
Well, I'm the big juggernaut.
Such humility.
Hey, speaking of which, as soon as you said that, Aaron posted, ranks himself number one in his first time doing it. I'm so proud.
Who's doing the show right now?
He said he's proud of you.
Yeah.
I just like how you both said it at the exact same moment.
Yeah,
You're talking it and it pops up in the chat. That was amazing. All right, let's get to the NFC, the real league. Staying at number 10, our co-host who isn't here, justifying the ranking of number 10 last week with a loss to Randy of all people.
Ouch.
Because according to this fantasy manager, if you're not first or last, Violence of the Lamb Aaron, who is not first, so he's last again with an alright 146. But not the biggest loser because others scored more and
Scored less.
I don't know what's going on. He got horrible performances from key players like Baker Mayfield with only 12 at quarterback. That's not good. Jahmyr Gibbs only 10 points.
Yep.
And Kenneth Walker III only 6 points. And here we go. CeeDee Lamb with 5. Aaron gets the hardly working. Which is interesting because he's here because he's not here because he's working,
Yeah, he's
but
working.
he's hardly working, so I don't know which one it really is.
He's
so
probably sitting in a hotel room. We could have brought him in on like a third-party stream.
why would we do that, though?
I don't know.
Aaron,
Way
I'd
more
like to hear your
entertaining.
reply. Oh, you're not here. Coming in at number 9 and staying at number 9, it is the Sun God,
What?
Pastor Daniel.
That's
only
ridiculous.
131 points. I scored more than that in the AFC, my friend. I'm just letting you know right now. It's better than last week's 104.
That's true.
But not enough to move up, and having Tony Pollard in the flex,
Like I
only
said.
getting 8 points. And here we go. Scary Terry McLaurin on the bench with 27. 8 catches, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You get the whoops-a-daisy, but
Well,
Whoops-a-daisy.
I'm glad you read the script. But also with only 10 points from Zay Flowers and DK Metcalf and only 12 from your namesake, Amon-Ra. And with Nick Westbrook-Akine on the bench with 21 points with 3 catches, 61 yards, and again, 2 touchdowns. You get a second whoops-a-daisy, so you get an overall
Whoops-a-daisy.
double whoopsie-daisy.
Whoops-a-daisy.
See, I only
So-
highlighted the end part, so that's when you do the double whoopsie-daisy, not the whole way through.
I see that. I see that.
You made a third whoopsie daisy.
I did, yeah. Well, it sure felt like it with as many wrong start-sit decisions as
So-
I made this week. I moved McLaurin out Sunday after church because
Oh, no.
I wanted to start Metcalf so badly. I thought Pollard would be a better matchup. The only reason McLaurin did well last week, like 2 weeks ago, is because he had that 85-yard touchdown reception. Otherwise, he would have been single digits. And then all of a sudden, he scores 2 first-half touchdowns.
So
And I'm like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we?
Sorry, let me try it again.
What are we doing?
Here it is.
This-
That's what I thought.
You need to mark this date down as the week of poor decisions.
Yeah, terrible, terrible.
All right, coming in at number 8, falling 6 spots. It's
Ouch.
Sneaky Buggers Todd. Last week's number 2, only scoring 121 points because Debo got him 4. Chuba got him 2, and Jalen Hurts got him 19, while on his bench was Nick Chubb with 12, Christian Watson with 9, and yes, Sam Darnold with 23. Had Todd started any of those guys, he would have won, so Todd gets the triple whoopsie caboose.
Wow. Choo-choo.
I mean, we all would have started Darnold over Hurts anyway, right?
Totally.
But had he started any one of those 3 guys in any of those positions, receiver,
That's crazy.
running back, or quarterback, he would have won.
Even just with the 4 points?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Man.
It would have been. He would have won. It was a close
close.
matchup. All right, coming in at number 7 and dropping 4 spots, it's Tom's talented team. I mean, nope. He renamed his team, and it's a good name play because I had on my team, does it even matter? And he put nope. So that was really good. Sneaky funny, but only 125 points because Rashad White got only 8, Calvin Ridley only 6, and your friend George Kittle 1 point. Tom gets the Blunder Triplets Award.
Twin powers activate. Shape up octopus.
Form an ice unicycle.
And I'm just kind of a cloud floating in the air.
Yeah.
Blunder Twiplets for Tom.
Wanda Twipwits.
Blunder
Twiplet.
Twiplets. Coming in at number 6, dropping 1 spot with a win,
Drop.
is backing into the playoffs Chris, who actually is tied for 5th and is the lowest of the 3 at 5, so he might not actually make the playoffs. And if he loses and Aaron and Jason win, he will be tied with them and be in jeopardy. So because he has an errant team name, only 124 points, which shouldn't be a win anyway. I had more than that in the AFC. Half his team had 0 to 6 points.
0 to 6.
I know. And his
Funny.
and including Justin Herbert, his
And
quarterback
cutting.
only was 7. That's where it's a Mayfield this week.
Ah.
Chris gets the meh. Mostly for the noise. Coming in at number 5, moving up 3 spots with a win, but not necessarily a good win, is Jason's Pistachio Farm Jason.
Wow.
Not a deserving win, although he got McCaffrey this week like I did in the AFC. He did get 32 from Josh Allen, which could have gotten him a unicorn, but I didn't want to give it to him. Jason thought he was going to lose, but ended up winning anyways. And for beating Dave by 1.3 points, Jason gets the Praise the Lord.
I think every time my speaker cuts out because it gets too loud, it gets a little bit quieter.
Ah. By the way, Nathan just chimed in. He says, I'm a little late to the party. Can we keep the new Aaron? He's much funnier.
Does he know about his power rank?
You might want to watch the power rankings before you say that. And here we go. Moving up 2 spots with a loss and beating number 5 in the power rankings, it's Night Raiders Dave. He had 33 from Jaden Daniels, 21 from Lad McConkey, and he could have gotten the Unicorn or the Wonder Twins, but he lost, and maybe the Blunder Twins for Cooper Kupp for only 4 points, Kyle Pitts 0. He probably deserved the Biggest Loser, which is a kind of a good award because you got a lot of points in a tough loss, but we can't keep doing that to Dave. He lost by 1.3, and Dave gets the missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much.
I'm
Only
still trying to figure out how this makes sense.
1.3.
Your first line. Moving up 2 spots with a loss and beating number 5 in the power.
Yeah, number 5 in the power rankings was Jason, and he's up higher, so he's beating him in the power rankings, not in the match.
Oh,
Matchup.
that makes no sense at
It's
all.
not supposed to make sense. The intro says the nonsense begins
That's
in 3
true.
Power
minutes.
ranking.
Yeah, okay.
Coming in at number 3, moving up 1 spot with a win and nearly 150 points is Lovin' My Neighbors Eric. He got 22 from Rico Dowdle, 21 from Trey McBride.
Yeah.
Could have gotten him the surprise award. Lost Lots of good scores. Man, my typing's horrible.
It's
Lots
so
of
bad.
good scores. There
It's
needs
about
to
as
be,
good as your
I need
speech tonight.
Google Docs to have better spell check.
It's
Lots of good scores, but because he's on a 2-game winning streak, and even though he got this award last week for merely winning, but now he gets it again for being on a winning streak, which hasn't happened for him since week 5. Eric gets the Welcome Back Award! Sing it out, everybody. Welcome back, Eric's Dreams.
Your dreams are your ticket out.
He gets it for being on a winning streak, and this is the team I'm most afraid of in the NFC.
I agree.
Because Eric could sneak up and get all of us.
Yep.
Speaking of sneaking up, moving up 5 spots from number 7, it is I Don't Like Joe Mixon, Randy.
Radney.
And
Radney.
I don't like ranking Radney this high, but he had the second highest score, and he beat Aaron, which is always a good thing. Increases your ranking. Jamar Chase getting 20, Devon Achane 21, Keenan Allen 24, and Najee Harris with 25 when all year he's only ever gotten 20. I could have given him a welcome back, but I didn't want to. He does get one. I didn't want to give it to him but I did. He beat Aaron. Did I tell you he beat Aaron? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
He beat Aaron.
That's great.
And Aaron got the hardly working, so Randy gets the Working Hard Award.
Good job, Radney.
Yeah, Radney.
Radney with the Working Hard Award.
Rankin Radney.
You
You can't stop me.
Radney.
Aaron can't stop Radney.
No.
Yep, Radney.
And here we go. Back at number 1. Does it even matter? Me. I was the juggernaut, but had already clinched a first-round bye in the playoffs. I did clinch number 1 overall. You were holding out number 1, but hoped that you could get it, but no, didn't have it.
Had to
You
lose
lost
to
to Eric, loving my neighbors. So I gave myself, if a juggernaut wins in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound award? You got to hold the juggernaut, but be silent here. I hope I win, but leading wire to wire is unprecedented. I'm really scared heading into the playoffs, so I don't know what's going to happen. That's the end of the NFC.
All right.
Rankings.
Time for the pick'ems.
In the youth league,
In the youth league.
it's you.
Here we go. I'm just waiting for the beat to drop.
Okay.
It doesn't actually drop in this
By the
one.
way, Aaron said about Nathan's comment about keeping you said, hilarious, Nathan.
Yeah. All right.
Hilarious.
First
Nathan
matchup.
Case gave the kissy face back.
It is Sergio versus Isaac. I'm going Isaac in this one.
Good choice.
Really?
I think,
choice.
Are you
I
sure?
think
You're
Isaac-
really bad at the
I
youth
don't
league.
know,
I
actually.
think Isaac's going to win. I think Jordan and Allie are going to lose, and you're going to make the
I
playoffs.
think you have false hope in me.
We will
I think
see.
it's just,
We will see. That's what I'm going with.
Are you sure this is right?
That's not right.
Here, I'll pull it up here.
I never changed this from last week. Okay. Yeah,
oh
pull it
yeah,
up
because
for
I was
me.
going to say, I just played Sergio.
I fixed these other two. I did the other two, but I
He
didn't do my
his
own.
own.
Okay, let's
All right.
see here. You want to find it from here?
Yep.
I think I played Eric.
Do you want to do the AFC while
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
figuring it
yeah,
out?
yeah. AFC quick.
So, first week,
Oh.
Ben versus Jeremy.
Come on, man.
man.
You gave
Come
us
on, man.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, anyways, in the AFC.
Anyways, AFC, I am choosing Ben over Jeremy. More, not so much that I think Jeremy's going to win, but I need Ben to win. Yeah, that's...
You'd rather get wet than be right.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So, Pastor Daniel versus Tristan. I'm going Tristan.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I think Tristan's going to have a bounce back week.
You want to get
Hang
soaked
on.
this week.
You realize you take the water bets this week,
Yeah,
right?
I do understand
okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I
Welcome
think
to
Tristan's going to have
water.
a bounce back
All
week.
right.
Then PJ versus Eric v. Eric. No,
Me and Eric
PJ
versus
and
Eric.
versus Eric. I'm
Yep.
going Eric Polda.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
You're
I
going to
think-
get 3
Great.
wrong
I
to
think
start.
I think that this week was a good momentum start. He posted 175. I think he'll be able to pull it off next week. He'll end the season at 3.
I've got the crying sad face for how he's going to feel next week.
And then Nathan v. Judah. Going Nathan. Come on, Nathan. Bring it home. And then me versus my dad. I'm going myself.
Nice.
All right,
Nicely
good stuff,
done.
good
Do you want me to
stuff.
go or are you ready?
No, let me get back to the correct. Here we go. Back to it. All right.
Wait, you got to wait
For
for
the
the
youth
beat
league.
to
Yeah,
drop.
let's wait for it. Aaron and PJ versus Jordan and Allie. I really want Jordan and Allie to win, but I'm not picking them. I'm going Aaron and BJ. Brody versus me. I'm going me.
Okay.
Casey versus AB. Casey. Sergio versus Cheryl. Ooh. I'm going Cheryl, and she's going to knock Sergio out of playoff hopes. Eric versus Isaac. Both 5 and 8, battling for the playoff spot.
I wonder what
I'm going I don't know.
Come on now.
You just had a whole time to do it.
I'm going Eric.
Wow!
Sorry.
Excellent,
Eric's had a
excellent.
couple good weeks. All right.
All right, in the NFC, it's me versus Todd. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
My team's getting a little arrogant, so we might be out of whack. Plus, we're already looking to the bye week we have. But we're going me. Then it's loving my neighbors versus backing into the playoffs. And I think Chris is backing out of the playoffs, so I'm going Eric.
That's clever.
And then it's Radney versus Jason.
Radney.
I don't believe in one, and I don't want to pick the other, but I gotta go Randy.
All right.
And then it's Dave versus Pastor Daniel. I believe in one, but can't really pick him, and don't really want to pick the other. But I'm going Dave!
Dave,
It's
nice.
ridiculous. You want to water bet that
I
one?
water bet that one. I put my water bet where my mouth is. And last but not least, it's Aaron versus Tom. I don't want to, but Tom's team is entirely on a bye, so there's no way that Aaron can lose unless he's like insane. So I'm going with Aaron. By the way, Jeremy says Isaac would be a great reporter on MSNBC.
He's saying you're boring.
Thanks.
Hold on, by the way, if Aaron loses to Tom, he could be out. If Chris loses to Eric, he could be out. And if Radney beats Jason, he could be out. So I'm hoping that all happens, even though that doesn't
lot.
correspond
That's
with
a
my
lot.
picks.
We'll
Speaking
see
of
what
picks,
happens.
it's our first show with our replacement, soon-to-be permanently filled co-host on the
about
show.
I don't know.
I think you're much better than Aaron.
Much better?
I think the audience, we've done focus groups. They all
We could
say
just
you're
add you
much
to
better.
it. We could have a 4-man team.
You know what we
Four?
could do? We could always have Aaron
Well, we
just do a
just-
rant by
When did-
video.
when
He
did we
could.
change it
That
to
was
three?
great. Once they added me.
Yeah, we brought him in.
Is this your first?
We did the one with Judah.
No, he did
though.
last year.
Yeah.
With Judah, we had 4 of us.
Yeah, but
For
he was
one
kind of
show.
sitting in the back like when
and then,
Isaac did that
he
one
went down
time.
to
Yeah.
Cheese
Yeah, you were in
Curds
that
on
one
week
time.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's it for this week's show.
See you next time on Reading Rainbow or Trivial Pursuit because LeVar Burton's on there now. Did you see that?
No.
He's got all white hair. Do you even know who LeVar Burton is?
I have no
No.
idea who that is.
So there used to be a PBS show called Reading Rainbow about
Yeah,
kids and
yeah,
reading.
yeah.
That's the host. There was LeVar Burton.
Oh, okay.
Later, he was in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now he's
Never
doing the
watched it.
game show Trivial Pursuit. You ever see that game?
I played
It's
this
from
game.
like the 80s. Yeah. There's a TV show, Trivial Pursuit, on it now.
Okay.
Maybe that could be our next one. Favorite board games. Could be a good quick question. You look tired there, my friend.
I am. I need to go to bed.
I think you both need to go to bed.
Yeah. Hey, my phone battery lasted.
That's good, yeah, because it's still running. Well, I guess the phone doesn't
It's
matter.
gonna
'cause
run
it's off.
regardless. We could have just swapped it to the other one if we needed.
Regardless.
Irregardless.
Irregardless. Unregardless.
Unregardless.
You wanna-
Deregardless.
So I got pizza, you know?
Yeah.
So Nikki texted, thanks for the pizza. And then we had some of the chocolates from the ladies group we brought to the nursery. And Nikki said that she thinks chocolate's one of her love languages. And then Lisa said, I don't think that's an option. And then Nikki said, it should be.
I think it can be.
What a show. Good job, everybody.
It's the Tips production.